Hey Joe, hey Ricky, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good, good.
Oh, wow. Nice big stack. I remember
Yeah, that's one.
collecting this, yes.
Yeah, those essentials are real tough to pull.
Yes. Numbered.
Yeah,
It's Antonio's favorite spur.
exactly.
Amazing. Ooh. This guy's all right. This guy, he had a few good seasons.
Oh yeah.
I've seen him on TV. Hello, my name is Joe Martinez, and I've been a sports card collector since 1968, and I've been collecting since I was probably in second grade, first grade.
5 and 6.
I was 5 or 6. The way it worked is when we lived out up in Washington State, and on Friday afternoons we'd get to go to the store, we'd do our grocery shopping, and we'd get an allowance, and it was about 10 cents. It was a dime, and all my brothers and sisters would hit the candy section,
Right.
and then I was the weird one, and I went to they had baseball cards. And I don't know. I just
How much were they per pack?
A nickel. So I got
Nickel.
2 packs
Okay.
per weekend, as long as the season went on. And so I just would get my 2 packs, open them up, and I had a blast.
There you go.
And I have it here. It's the Roberto Clemente,
Oh, nice.
and this card, the one I got out of the pack, I destroyed because I played with them.
Right.
I played with Mickey Mantle cards. I had Nolan Ryan's rookie card, and at that time Nolan Ryan was like, he was a rookie,
Right.
and I was like,
Hasn't proven himself, right?
And really, I loved the Pirates. I loved the Giants, the Dodgers, the Yankees. I could care less, about the Mets.
Right.
So, so I destroyed that set. I just kept on collecting, and I would collect football because once baseball season ended, I'd go to football.
Right.
Not so much basketball because basketball was not big back then. But another very important card in my collection. This is it brings a lot of fun memories, but also a lot of it's kind of it brings some sadness to me because this was Roberto's last card. He passes away like during the winter before this card is issued, I believe, and it's the year that there was a major earthquake. He just hits his 3,000. He gets his 3,000 hit. That the end of that season, the last at bat, he gets. I think it was a double, single or double. And I see the game, and it was amazing. 3,000 hit, a major milestone in baseball, and then during the holiday season, there's a major earthquake in Central America, and this man donates out of his pocket food, supplies, medical supplies to go to, I believe it was in the Dominican Republic, and he personally goes and flies in the aircraft to make sure that there's no funny business going on. And he has a airplane loaded with supplies, and unfortunately, tragically, the airplane crashes, and that's the end of. One other thing about Roberto Clemente is that he wasn't just a guy that he was a tremendous baseball player, but also as just a citizen, he did a lot to go beyond baseball. One thing that he really made an effort to promote was just Hispanics, and if you notice in this card, it's Bob Clemente, and he did not like being he did not like his name being printed as Bob Clemente. His name, Roberto Clemente, and he made a big deal, and you see in his later issues, it's Roberto Clemente, and that's how his card is labeled. Okay. Back then, this is the way it was back in growing up. Okay, there was one baseball game on Saturday afternoon with Kurt Gowdy and Tony Kubek. Okay, 2 Hall of Fame, just tremendous announcers. One game, I believe it was NBC was the station, and man, I was glued to that TV set because I mean that was it. I mean, we couldn't afford to go to the movies, and and I saw the ball game. It was when my dad wasn't working, we'd sit and watch the games, and the baseball cards. Okay, I could watch the game. Man, I got Clemente's at bat. I got his card right here, and I'm playing like That was it. That was my video game. That was it. And compared to today, where the hobby's awesome and amazing, but I mean back then there were no autographs, no refractor, prism. It was just a piece of cardboard. Your heroes are on the cardboard, and you followed them. I don't know, but it might have helped my reading because I read their little bios, the stats.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that because I agree to that because I would always read the back of a lot of the basketball cards I would be collecting, and then also I still remember when I was young, it wasn't in Beckett, but my parents had bought me. It was a statistical book of the NBA. It started from the conceptions of the NBA to 1992-93.
Right.
So I had every single season with all the stats and all the players who have ever played.
Right.
And I remember just being a stat junkie by 3rd or 4th grade.
And then whenever I had a chance, when I was in the library, and there was a book on Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Babe Ruth. I was like, the team I collect and the team I've been following since we moved from Washington State to Texas, the San Antonio Spurs. We moved to Texas the early 70s. 73, the Spurs pick up the ABA franchise, and that was it. It's all Spurs. And it was the original George Gervin, Larry Keenan, Mike Mitchell, just Billy Paltz. I can name all these guys.
You went to some of those games in the 70s?
I went to some of those games at the Hemisphere Arena downtown, the original, where I believe it's now the Henry B. Gonzalez auditorium.
Yes.
That used to be the Hemisphere Arena. That's a game where I saw Michael Jordan play. But I'm getting ahead of myself. But that was my team, and they've always been my team. I'm wearing their shirt. I have their jersey. My finest memory. There's so many, but the thing about the Spurs is back when I growing up, they can never get over the big one. They can never get into the finals. The closest they came to was, I believe, the conference
94.
championship.
Yeah,
where they were. I believe they were up 3-1, 3 games to 1, and
I think they were the number 1 seed too.
Yeah,
I want to say
tremendous team. They could score 130, 40 points a game. Sadly, the other teams could score 133, 143. So we had a hard time. But my biggest, most positive memory of the San Antonio Spurs was the first championship, 1999, with the Little General, the Admiral, and then
I'll always remember Game 5, Avery Johnson hitting that shot with less than 10 seconds left, putting us up by 1.
And then the great story about Avery is just what he had gone through as an athlete. I mean, being cut. I mean, the story about him being cut on Christmas Eve is like. And then some other there's another statement made by a top point guard or ball player from another team that said, "Hey, the Spurs will never win with a guy like Avery Johnson as their point guard." And he was wrong. Well, I really have a little bit more than 5, but my first one that I got to mention is going back to my childhood. Is this Roberto Clemente? It was a piece of his jersey, game used jersey, and it's a reprint of his rookie card. I can't afford his rookie card, but it's an amazing. I mean, it just brings back a lot to me, a lot of good memories. Another, sticking to baseball, is this Joe DiMaggio card, legendary Yankee, New York Yankee, just a special card. I mean, an amazing card. Another card, it's a cut auto, and then another. Going back to the Clemente era, another guy that did a tremendous job, just a Hall of Fame, the Homerun King, Hank Aaron. His auto, just a nice card. Now going to football, this card I picked up. It's a PSA Tom Landry autograph. Again,
A local.
it's a local Mission, Texas. The Dallas Cowboy coach, the original, for so many years. Another card that I really think, is one of my big cards. It's a Roger Staubach. It has a piece of football from the first Super Bowl that they won.
Wow,
that's
pretty amazing.
I was amazing. I was lucky to get it.
Is that one numbered?
It is numbered to 100.
200?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a really nice one.
Yeah. So the Roger Staubach, and then again, Mr. Tim Duncan autographics.
Can't go wrong with that set.
No,
it's a classic
it's
set.
a classic set. Two pretty good ball players, Jordan and Larry Bird, and Larry Bird is awesome. A special card, the Admiral, that I pulled out of a pack at Walmart. But a special card, very special card, is this John Wooden card. And the story behind John Wooden, besides being a tremendous, one of probably the best college coaches, okay, and I'm a coach, is that my father-in-law, when he was in high school, played against this man's team up in South Bend, Indiana. I think it was John Wooden's first or second year coaching, and I got the press clippings where my father-in-law played as a high school ball player against his teams. The rest is history.
That's a nice card. I think that's also possibly from the first year of Allen Ginter, right?
I guess it might be.
What year is it?
I don't.
I think that might be.
I have to look it up.
It should say in the bottom.
2010.
Oh, 2010.
Is it two?
Oh no, it is. No, it's 2006. That's the first year.
2006.
Yeah, that's the first year of Allen Ginter. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I remember because I got into baseball a lot more card collecting wise, and that was the year that Allen Ginter came out. I was super stoked about those cards because they were beautiful.
Allen Ginter's a baseball set, and it was like when I saw this, it's like, I'll get.
Did you pull that out of the pack?
No, I picked it up.
Okay.
I believe it was a trade.
Wow,
it's like,
that's nice. And it's an on-card autograph too.
On-card.
Legendary coach. Passed away, unfortunately.
Right.
Again, but one of the greatest coaches.
I doubt if we'll have another. If any college nowadays will have a run like he had, and it's just a tremendous coach, teacher.
Right.
Amazing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I've had several. Probably starting out with this one right here. I bought a box of Donruss, and the last pack, and I'd gotten like 2 jerseys, and I said, oh well, I'll get another jersey if I get another jersey, and then it was this thing with the Shohei Ohtani, and I believe it's numbered to 50, so that's one of them. Okay, and another card that I pulled out of the store was, I bought a box of classics, and I pulled this Emmitt Smith autograph, number 3 out of 4, and it's a buyback card, and it's a nice. I love Emmitt's autograph. He takes a lot of pride in his signings, and it's an amazing. Another card that I pulled. There's this Kawhi Leonard. Although I when he was with the Spurs, he could do no wrong, but I bought a box. I don't know what brand it was. But it turned out that it was a redemption and it was expired. I still sent it out to Panini, and they sent me this, and it's an amazing card.
And it's on card too.
It's on card. It's a beautiful card.
It's from the lockout year.
Yes.
It's 11-12, I think, Panini Gold Standard.
Yes, sir. Another card that I pulled is this Dickey Matsui. It's a 1/1 out of the Clearly Authentic, and when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, who's this?" And it was like, "What?" And I didn't know it was a 1/1, but
that's awesome.
It's a nice
too.
card.
Yeah, it's a full signature. I like that he did that.
Another card that I pulled, again, this is back in this guy's rookie year. I got a box of retail from the store, and it was the last pack again, the last
Really?
pack, and I see this card backwards. I was, what's going on? And I was thinking,
and it's the silver variation
it's a silver. I thought it was just a the prism, and then I saw the signature, and I was like, oh,
it's
pretty good.
It's Lulu.
Pretty
There
good.
you go.
This card, I opened. I bought a box for Christmas, and I took it home. Took it to San Antonio because my son lives in San Antonio. And I figured, hey, we'll open it up around Christmas time, and this thing came out. I believe one of the top prospects.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a nice card too.
Okay. And another card that I pulled this year is this guy out of Certified. I bought a couple packs. They had a couple packs left over and at the store, and I pulled this Zion. It's a nice.
That's been the only Zion that's been pulled from the store that I know. Autograph. Wow. Yeah.
But a real interesting pull came from a national pack. I think it was 2018. I bought some boxes, and then Chris gave me a silver national pack, and then this thing came out. It's a Ronald Acuna numbered to, I believe it's 5.
Yeah, numbered to 5.
And a big old chunk of patch, and I mean, I couldn't afford a card like this, but yeah,
that's
I got
nice.
here at the store.
And it's his rookie. Is it 2018?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Awesome stuff.
Last pack.
Go on, big card.
Nice. Go. Mike Leake, Mariners. Tiger Shane Green. Texas Ranger, Elvis Andrews, shortstop. Nice. Kyle Tucker. Saw him play with the Hooks in Corpus. And Cionel Perez, Astros rookies. My advice is for new collectors to the hobby is just, whatever sport you like or whatever athlete that you follow, I mean, just go in and find product that, that'll give you a chance to get the players, get the teams, and just enjoy it. I mean, that's the primary thing with this hobby is for just the enjoyment of, the sport, the collecting.